Everybody, welcome back to my channel. We are going to finally, or I guess I should say I am going to finally film a haul update. Most of this is going to be the Sephora VIB sale that was in April. I know a lot of y'all asked me to do an update once I had a chance to try all the products. I'm also going to throw in my Osmosis skincare because I feel like every time I talk about it, somebody asks me, you know, like a couple videos later, did you like it? Is it still working for you? So on and so on. So I am going to throw that in at the end as well. But what I've done is I went back to look at my Sephora account and I wrote down everything that I ordered for that VIB sale on a sheet of paper. And I'm going to go through one by one everything I got. I'm going to show it to you if I still have it because I did return a few things that I got and I'll tell you why. And I'll kind of give you my thoughts on it and whether or not I think that I would repurchase, whether I would recommend you purchasing, and so on and so on. So let's go ahead and get started. I just put a light on over there. It was so dark. Okay, so the first thing that was on my list is the Dior Forever Highlight, and I have the color Nude Glow, which is also 001. So it comes in this packaging right here. It also comes with a brush. I don't even know where that brush is. I don't keep brushes like that. But this is the actual product. I think we've all seen some kind of version of this. I believe they have maybe 4 colors in this line. So this is the more kind of neutral champagne color. Hopefully it's going to focus for you. I think they have a pink one and a more gold one, but this is the one that I felt like I might need another one of, because I need another highlight, like a hole in my head. This is a very nice highlight. I find that it's natural but buildable. I don't know. I don't think I would repurchase it. Only because I have so many other highlights that I love, that aren't this expensive. I appreciate quality, I appreciate luxury, and I appreciate having, you know, a Dior highlight. I just don't know that if I were to ever hit pan, which is never going to happen, that I would repurchase it. I'm way more hard on luxury brands because of their price point. So if it seems like I'm, you know, always coming, because I know I just put a pretty negative review of the new Chanel foundation up. If it seems like I'm always going hard on luxury brands, it's not because I don't like them. I love them. It's just that if I'm going to pay $56 or $135 or something on a makeup product, I expect great things. So that may be why I seem a little harsh. Okay, the next thing is the Hourglass Cosmetics Primer Serum, number 28 Primer Serum. I don't have that right now because it's in my kit. I carry it in my kit. I do love that. I find that it's beautiful. It is only for super dry skin. I would not really only say, yeah, dry skin. Don't use it on oily skin. It does have oils in it, but it is a gorgeous base for dry skin. So when I run out of that, I probably will purchase the full size because I did only get the travel size. All right, the next thing are 2 foundations. This one is in my like winter drawer where I change out my foundations because it's just too light. But this is the Giorgio Armani Maestro Glow Nourishing Fusion Makeup. It's a biphase elixir, so you do have to shake it up, SPF 30, and I'm in the color 5.5. The only thing I don't like about this is that Armani always puts their expiration dates on the bottom, which I love. However, when I got this in April, it says it expires in December. I almost sent it back to Sephora, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go on the smell test. I'm going to go how it reacts with my skin, and I'll probably be able to prolong it. But that just kind of, I don't know, kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I'm like, I better get more than 8 months of use out of this. But this is comes in a dropper form. It's a very liquidy foundation. It's just a little too light for me right now. But when I can, you can see, I think you can see like how much lighter it is. When I can pull this color off again, I will be doing a full review on it because the few times that I was able to wear it before I started getting darker, it was so flipping beautiful. So beautiful. So I was definitely not going to send that back, and the date I just kind of, I'm going to work around. This one, I am able to use this now, and it's the Guerlain Terracotta Jolie Tint. If you want a full video on this, I would be more than happy to do it. It is SPF 20, beautifying foundation with sunscreen, sun-kissed healthy glow. 100,000%, I wore this yesterday and freaking loved it. I 100,000% agree that it is a beautiful sun-kissed healthy glow. I got the color Natural, and that's what it looks like right here. I don't necessarily think it oxidizes, but when you blend it out right there, that's the color. You would almost think it would be too light for me right now. But when you put it on and you let it kind of seep into your skin, it does kind of translate into this beautiful bronzy golden goddess look. I really don't know how to explain it, but I feel like it does something with the pH of your skin or something. I don't know, but I feel like it works somehow with that to produce a bronze color from what you originally put on your face. I don't know if that's their intention, but that's what happens with me, and I can't tell you how much I love it. It looks so good in the summer. So good. I would definitely recommend that. The next thing, I brought my little bag of stuff that I had to bring up from skincare. The next thing was a skincare product. I don't think I brought it. I was so concerned about getting all my Osmosis stuff, I didn't bring it. I'll insert a picture, but we all know what Good Jeans looks like. I got the Mama Big Daddy size of that, the 1.7 ounce, I believe it is. Not gonna sit here and talk about how much I love that product anymore. I did feature a Ulla Henriksen night treatment gel. It's a glycolic and lactic acid treatment. I featured that in a haul, I think my last haul that I filmed. No, it was a skincare routine. And I told you that a lot of people had said that it was a dupe for Good Jeans. So what I decided to do starting that night, was on this side of my face, I'm using the Ulla Henriksen, and on this side of my face, I'm using the Good Jeans. I'm going to do that for about 6 weeks, which would put me at my July favorites. And I'm going to tell y'all what I think, if there's a huge difference, if one is better than the other, because it's a very significant price difference. So stay tuned for that, because I will be telling you my final thoughts after I finish the 6 weeks of kind of testing half and half. The next thing I got was Shiseido cotton pads. Again, I've shown these 18,000 times on my channel, so I didn't even bring them up. I have tried things that claim they're dupes and still nothing compares in my opinion, so I will forever be purchasing those. I know that Ulta carries them now, so if you want to use your points on them, I don't think they're a bad price. They're $10, but you get like 185 sheets or something, or pads, so to me, it's not that much different than what I pay for buying the Swispers at the drugstore when you think about how much you're getting in each pack. So I'll forever buy those, but definitely if you have not tried those, definitely try those out. The next thing I got is all torn apart, but it's the Sephora Favorites perfume, one of their perfume samplers. And this one came with Atelier, Clementine, Commodity Gold, Nest Black Tulip, Toca Florence, Replica Beach Walk, and Clean Blonde Rose. And I have since bought the Nest Black Tulip from QVC because I loved it so much. And I think you get a scent certificate to go pick up like I think it's a rollerball or a spray of any of the ones which was your favorite. And I think I'm going to get the Clean Blonde Rose because that's one of the reasons that I picked this set. I already knew that I loved that fragrance, and it's still my favorite out of all of them. So I love the concept of those fragrance samplers though, to be able to take the certificate in for either a rollerball or a full size, depending on which one you bought. I feel like it just is a great way to see how fragrances work on your skin, because you can spray something in Sephora and it smells great and you buy a full size, and then either 30 minutes later you can't smell it at all, or it reacts differently within a couple hours and it smells completely different. So I like that idea of the sampler that they give you. The next thing I got was the Milk Makeup Eye Pigment. I got this color in After Party, which is the kind of pinky purple beautiful color. I do find that these swatch a little bit more pigmented than they go on the eye, only because you are blending them out once you get them on the eye. So once I blend this out like completely like I would on the eye, they're not as in your face, which some people might appreciate more. I still love it, and I think they're great to wear by themselves. I know that for so long they were like the only thing people talked about, which happens when PR packages get sent out to all the YouTubers. It's like a plethora of let me talk about this, and then you don't ever hear about it again. So I just want to let you know that I am still enjoying that. The next thing is the Sephora Pro Shader number 18 brush. This tiny little smudger brush that I absolutely adore these type of brushes. Was this one on sale? No, this was not on sale. I like this one because even though it's tiny, it is very non-flexible, which you would think maybe I didn't like, but I do, because I use this for outer V work. I use it to smudge under the eye. You cannot really smudge it under the eye that well if it is, I mean, if it has too much give, because then it just goes up everywhere. I don't know. I just like this for smudging under the eye. I like it for inner corner highlight, for brow bone highlight. I just like it. I love these little detail brushes. I'm not saying you can't find that same type brush somewhere else, but as a whole, I really do love the Sephora brushes. And when the VIB sale comes in November, I'm probably going to stock up on quite a few more. Okay, the next skincare thing is this, and I still keep it in the box. I keep all my masks in a box. But this is the Spirulina and Microalgae Kale Spinach Age Prevention Superfood Mask from Youth to the People. This is like a clay mask, and I don't know if you can see, I have used quite a bit of this. I use this once a week. Apparently it has spirulina, bioactive microalgae, superfood blend to deliver age-fighting antioxidants, phytonutrients, and essential amino acids. They protect you from free radicals, speed up cell turnover, and it also has hyaluronic acid. Wrinkles, we don't see any. Maybe. This is not, from the description, they're not claiming that you're going to see like automatic results. So I'm not knocking it for that, because I don't think it's supposed to be one of those like clarifying clay masks that pulls all your impurities out and leaves your skin like super smooth. I don't think that. I think it's more of, like it says, an age prevention. So it does have vitamins in it, hyaluronic acid, and all those superfoods. I don't hate it. I just don't know that it's really done much for my skin, so I don't know that I'm going to repurchase it. But while I have it, I definitely will use it. Like I said, I use it 1 to sometimes twice a week. I don't have these because I'm out, but I will put it in somewhere. The Dr. Dennis Gross Peel Pads. I freaking adore this product. I cannot tell you. I'm not repurchasing it because I'm trying the Ordinary AHA 20% mask that I have recently bought. I'm trying that in its place to see if it makes any kind of difference. But I don't know. I will try those again eventually because I love them so much. I'm also going to try the Sanita's Peel Pads. I think after I'm done with the Ordinary mask, and then go back to the Dr. Dennis Gross if I don't feel like the other two surpassed it. But I cannot tell you how many boxes of those peel pads that I've gone through, and I will forever recommend them, whether they are currently in my rotation or not. They are that good. I left something else downstairs. Okay, I'm going to put it in here. This is one of the ones that I bought on my second order, and it is from Ren. I've talked about liking their products before, and this is the Glycolic Radiance Mask, and it comes out in like a very jelly type formula. I use 1 pump. I do it once a month. It's a glycolic mask. It does not sting or burn, which sometimes I want it to sting or burn, but I don't think that means it's not working. It's just, you know, another acid type mask that I put in my rotation every week. So far, so good. And I don't know if it was that mask or something else I was looking at the reviews at, but I feel like people said they didn't like the smell of it, and I love the smell of it. There is something about it. I can't describe it, but I love it. So, I mean, I like it. I like that. Okay, and the other thing that I got, this was on the very last day of the sale. It finally came back into stock. I think I talked about wanting it in my haul, and I could only find 2 of the 4 that I got. But it was the set of these small Marc Jacobs lip glosses. It came with Sugar Sugar, French Tickler, Hey You, and another color that I can't remember, but they're these nice kind of half sizes, which will last you forever. I have actually gone through an entire Marc Jacobs gloss before, but these still will last me forever, and I love them. The only thing is, aside from like this color, which has a little bit more pigment, they kind of all do look the same on the lips, and I don't see much difference, and I feel like that was kind of one of the bad reviews that was given to it. But it's a Marc Jacobs gloss, and as long as it makes it shiny and plump like they all do, I really didn't care about the color. All right, so I'm going through. I think I've told you everything I got. The 2 things, I only returned 2 things from this order, and they were both Armani products, which is such a shame because I do adore Giorgio Armani products. But I got the Fluid Sheer. Not sure which side it's going to go on, but I got the Fluid Sheer in number 10 because I wanted a nice bronzy kind of color to either add to my foundations or use as a liquid bronzer. It sheared out to nothing on my skin. nothing. It was such a waste of product because I did not see anything on my skin. I didn't see anything on my hand. It didn't even leave like a nice glow behind. I didn't see the purpose in it. And I mean, that little one that I got was 40 bucks. So I'm like, I'm not keeping this because I'm not going to use it. I will literally not use something that I cannot see on my face. It is a waste of time, a waste of purpose, and a waste of product. So I returned that. And the other thing was the new, at that time, brand new Armani, again, not sure what side, loose setting powder. This was such a disappointment to me. It was not a bad powder. However, it claimed, I even think it has matte in the name. I may be wrong, but it did have a strong claim that it would mattify the skin, and it had straight up glitter in that powder. I don't know how anybody that has that powder cannot see that. I've heard some people say they do see it. I've heard some people who have reviewed it and say that they don't know what anybody's talking about. I don't think that it's going to be such a different formula across the board that some people are going to have glitter and some people aren't, but I just did not like it. And it wasn't like the La Mer shimmer. Like the old La Mer powder had that very refined, very micro shimmer in it that just kind of illuminated your face. This one made me look straight up greasy. I just didn't like it. Like, it didn't look good over any foundation, and it was just not something that I was willing to keep after spending $45. I know some people are so against returning makeup. I am not one of those people. I've said it a million times. I'll say it again. I work hard for my money. You work hard for your money. And if you're going to spend it and have a product that looks like crap on you or just doesn't perform like it claims to, or like it says it would, that actually sucked you into buying the product in the first place, send it back. That's what return policies are for. And I actually won't purchase makeup from a company that will not allow me to return it. Like, I think Saks Fifth Avenue and like Neiman's, I don't think you can return opened used makeup. I just, unless I'm in store or it's a Chanel blush, which I know I'm gonna love, I just am not gonna take that chance. So those are the two things that I returned from that. So that goes over my Sephora VIB haul. I'm gonna very quickly, hopefully, talk about the Osmosis. Now, I have been using these, goodness, I hope my battery will stay working. I'm gonna try to pick up my Premier Look account and see when I ordered these. Okay, I ordered them March 29th. So, what, I've gotten at least 2 months out of these products. Almost 2 months. I feel like I was about to be done with a couple of them, but I bought the Stem Factor Serum, which is their growth factor serum, the Catalyst AC11 level 3 DNA repair serum, the Renew level 4 vitamin A, which is their retinol, the Quench Plus plumping moisturizer, the Clear Plus activating hydration mist, and the Refresh PM eye cream. So let's talk about this. I felt like these were doing something for my skin. Like, I liked them. The only thing I did not like, and I talked about this in the very beginning, is the moisturizer. It's awful. Awful, awful, awful. Nothing about this is moisturizing. I mean, I felt like, I don't know. I need to use it because that sucker was, how much was that? $60. I mean, it smells nice. I don't know, maybe I'll try it again, but I just felt like it made my skin drier than normal. Maybe I won't try it again, because here's the thing. If you look back on my favorite long-lasting summer foundations, I'll put it somewhere up here. If you look closely at my skin, especially on like my highlighted points, you will see a good amount of texture. I started battling bumps right here, and I got them right down here on my face. I got one big one right over here, and I did not know where they were coming from. I didn't even know what they were, because honestly, if y'all have watched me, I have pretty good skin. I don't deal with stuff like that. I might have one breakout like twice a year. I just don't deal with bumps on my skin. And so I went to my esthetician to get a facial, and she kind of wigged out. Like, she has been doing my skin, my face facials and stuff for 13 years now. And she was like, I've never seen this on your skin. And she just kept looking at it and kept looking at it. Well, come to find out, they were clogged pores, and multiple clogged pores. She spent at least 25 minutes extracting the ones that she could get to, and the other ones she just said that, you know, we're gonna have to wait and see, figure out what's causing them, and wait and see, you know, if they can clear themselves up. So we were talking about kind of when they started and what I was using new, because she knows me and she knows how I always try new things. And we kind of deducted that it was probably something from the Osmosis line, because that's about when I started using it, or when I started seeing it come up. And it's really the only thing major that I've changed in my skincare. So she said, I want you to take 2 weeks off and not use anything from that line. See if the bumps go away, and then you can put stuff back in one by one to see if they come back, to kind of determine, you know, what the cause of it is. She honestly thought, when I told her what I was using, that it was either going to be the Catalyst AC11 or the Renew Retinol Serum. She did not think it was going to be the Stem Factor Serum, the growth factor. And at first she thought it was an eye cream, because it was right down here where I put eye cream, but it was also down here. I have one in the middle of my forehead. So we kind of ruled that out. So I stopped using the Osmosis. It's been almost 2 weeks since I stopped using any of it. The bumps are almost gone. You can see, like, one's right there. There's a couple in the back. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. There's one right there and a couple right here. But I mean, they're probably 75% better than they were even after she extracted a lot of them. I'm saying all this to say, I think it's something in the Osmosis line. I don't think it's everything. And once I give this a good 2 or 3 weeks without using any of it, I think I'm going to use the Catalyst first, kind of use that just for a week and see if anything pops back up. And then if it, you know, doesn't, and I've determined it's not that, I might try the retinol. I don't know. I just didn't change anything else but in my line, skincare line, but stopped using this, and they're starting to go away. That's all I can think of. So that's my update on the Osmosis line. I know some people like absolutely swear by it, and I am not denying that it's probably an amazing line. My skin, I think, just didn't like something in it. Once I go through the whole testing process and stuff and can determine what it was, or even if it was something like that, I will still continue to keep y'all updated. I know that's not really going to do you much good now, but I do want to keep y'all a part of my skincare journey. I have since, I'm kind of going back to my Skin Medica, because I'm going to tell you, there's not much that has worked as good for my skin as the Skin Medica. I know I have talked over and over about the Glypro serum, about the vitamin A, C, and E serum, or the C and E serum, the TNS eye cream I've raved about. I mean, honestly, that has worked the most. So I have repurchased my TNS eye cream. I'm going to use the Skin Medica retinol as soon as I can determine the causes behind the Osmosis. And I think I'm just going to kind of, you know, I'm going to stick to that. I'm taking a couple steps out of my routine. I know people with problem skin are probably like, oh my goodness, get over it. But when I have no issues with my skin and then all of a sudden I have issues, it just kind of freaks me out. So I'm trying to just kind of reroute everything and see if I can figure out what it is. But as I said, I will keep y'all updated for sure. Hopefully you enjoyed this update. I have a feeling it's going to be so freaking long. I'm sorry. But you know me, I just kind of get on a roll and ramble. Good at rambling. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it gave you some insight as to what I feel about some of these products. I know a lot of y'all had asked for this when I first filmed the haul, so hopefully it was helpful to all of y'all who might have been wondering how I feel about the products that I hauled and the Osmosis products. As always, be sure and subscribe before you leave so you don't miss out on any future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all have a very blessed day.